Before we get started, I do want to make a quick note that on my camera, this background looks incredibly fake. But I can assure you, I am outside and I am touching grass. Doesn't matter if it's the first time I've touched grass in my life. That's neither here nor there. So the reason you've clicked is because you're curious about what about Minecraft multiplayer sucks. And I'm talking about multiplayer between your friends. The kind of servers you have once a year when you have the itch to. You know what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to try and tie this in to lifting weights. I brought weights for demonstrations. Hopefully this will make sense. Maybe it doesn't, and maybe I'll just start rambling like an idiot. Now, I'm going to paint you a picture. We're going to start with step 0, the setup. I'm not too familiar with Bedrock setup, but with Java setup, you've got 3 main options. A service, like a Turnos, which comes with its own issues, like a graph that looks like this, the ratio of how many players can be online at once, compared to how rubber bandy your gameplay experience is going to feel. More rubber bandy usually means bad. Rubber band, no good. Option 2 is you gotta hope that you have a friend who has both the hardware to be able to even set up the server and the know-how to be able to run the server and keep it maintained. I'm lucky enough to have friends who know how to do that, so I don't have to worry about that. The only issue with option 2 is that if you have a hankering to play Minecraft at 3 a.m., you're going to have to kick your friend's door down FBI style to get them to start it. Because let's be honest, sometimes we do want to play Minecraft at 3 a.m. And option 3 is possibly everyone's favorite, subscription-based services. I swear to God, if I have to pay one more subscription-based service, I'm just gonna drop off the face of the earth and go live in a log cabin in Montana. That might be the play. Once you've got past all that fun stuff, the festivities can commence. You can load into your Minecraft server world and you can start playing. You're all basically starting from the Stone Age, and this is what I call step 1, the calm before the storm. Everybody's on level playing field, everybody's running around the world looking for some place to build their base. They're trying to find a good location, they're trying to find resources, everybody's having a good time. And then it happens. You know who these people are, these people know who they are. You've got 3 main types from what I can narrow it down to. Person 1 is the Nikola Tesla. They can build Doom in Minecraft faster than you can get a full set of iron gear. Person 2 is Bob the Builder, who could build the Burj Khalifa and the Empire State Building faster than you can ask them how much stone they're gonna need. And then, you've got type 3, is the Warren Buffetts. These are the guys who just love farms and min-maxing everything, and trading with villagers and trading optimizations with villagers. These guys know how to run the economy, basically. And combined, these 3 stooges managed to somehow progress from the Stone Age to the 3rd Industrial Revolution in not 8, not 6, but less than 1 week. All while running on enough sleep to make a computer science major look well rested, and enough caffeine to kill a horse. And that is where problems start to occur, because then you're going into step 2. Step 3. This is the afterburner kicking in the form of all that caffeine. And it creeps in like a lamb, because no one really sees it coming. As if held together by enforced equilibrium, that netherite armor they gathered on day 2 is now being balanced out by the boredom you're facing in the days after. Now you'll try to stave off the boredom, you'll try to plan large-scale projects, and just anything to keep the server alive and going. But realistically, no one wants to mine for hours on end to get resources. At least if you're sane. There are some crazy people who just enjoy mining in Minecraft. I guess they know what they signed up for. But now the server's approaching its death, and that is step 3, the eulogy. This is looking back at everything that you've done and realizing you had fun. Minecraft's multiplayer didn't actually suck, it's just the fact that it didn't last long. The way that you can make sure that the lifespan of the server is as long as you want it to be is going to be demonstrated with weights. Now this represents the amount of work you can do on the server. This is how much work usually gets done in the first 2 days. It's a lot. It's honestly quite heavy. Not for me, though. For most people, it's quite heavy. And holding this here, it'll start to put a strain on you. And eventually, you gotta put it down. And that's where the server dies. So the way to combat this is actually, go figure, use lighter weights. Do less on the server, and just take your time. You could hold this for maybe a year, metaphorically speaking, the work you're doing. You can do a little bit of mining one day, then decide to do a little bit of building the other day, and then decide to fight the Ender Dragon.